Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. We are here. Much love, you beautiful deep divers. How are you doing today? Uncomfortable? 10 uncomfortable signs that you are actually becoming the person you came here to be. That you're supposed to be. Let's just... Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Thousands of messages fill my inbox every single day. A lot of people write to me saying, Ralph, it's uncomfortable right now. Should it really be this uncomfortable, becoming your greatest version? Because let's face it, a lot is happening in our lives. And sometimes I always talk about the beautiful things about becoming your greatest version. But I'm also now going to talk about some things which aren't so pleasant, but are really signs that you are actually becoming who you came here to be. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? Okay, now what is the first uncomfortable sign you are actually becoming who you came here to be? The alarm is getting more and more annoying because it keeps going off at 5 o'clock. Oh, that's right. Because you set it at 5 o'clock to get your ass up to start getting the most out of the day. And it's really uncomfortable. I can relate. Let me share with you what helped me along my journey. Many years ago, I said, I'm not going to wake up at 9 o'clock anymore. Or 8 o'clock anymore. I'm going to wake up at 5 o'clock. Okay, I went really extreme. Now, waking up at 5 o'clock for me was very annoying because I'm like, I still want to sleep. But that was a very uncomfortable sign I was becoming the person I came here to be. I was becoming the person I came here to be. Now, is that happening to you? You're waking up really early and it's sometimes really uncomfortable. I'm here to tell you, it gets better. And that is a sure sign that you are well on your way to manifesting your greatest desire and vision and dream. All of these uncomfortable feelings you get from waking up early, it's okay. It's totally okay to be uncomfortable. Sometimes I look at it like birthing pains, like, oh my gosh, why do I have to wake up so early? But what happens when I wake up really early? I get so much done so early. Like by 9 o'clock, I'm on the beach. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. What is the second uncomfortable sign you are actually becoming who you came here to be? You're getting tired right now because you have been going from job to job to job to job and you're still not satisfied, you're still not happy. You want more because you know there is more. That's what happened to me along my early journey. And sure enough, it was an uncomfortable sign I was becoming the person I was supposed to be all along. Job. I want this job, I don't want that job. Sometimes it's hard to choose, but if you keep bouncing around from job to job to job to job to job, that's an uncomfortable sign that there is something better waiting for you. You still are searching for something because you still realize what you are worthy of. Like I was working in so many different jobs because I knew that all along I just wanted to end up on a beach somewhere saying, can I get a hello? And that's what happened. What is the third uncomfortable sign you are actually becoming the person you came here to be? You are declining invitations from your friends. Oh no, Yes, and it feels horrible. Ever get that feeling too? They're like, do you want to go out? And you're like, so sorry. In fact, it's even hard for you to say no, 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 no. You don't want to say it, do you? Don't worry. The cat down the road says, don't worry. That's a very uncomfortable sign because I remember along my early journey, I would literally have to decline so many invitations. Like, do you want to go out, Ralph, on the weekend? Do you want to do this? And I'm like, I'm a mute Pisces. I'm just like, no. Oh, I said it. What is that showing? It's showing that you are willing to sacrifice. You are willing to do what it takes. Slow motion this side. Many people who have that discipline to say, actually, I'm not going to go out with all my friends today. I'm going to work on my vision. They know it feels terrible. They don't want to do that. But inside their heart, they also know that this may be the only way to go far in the long run. Happened to me along my journey. Do you remember back in the day when I had the massive afro and I would make videos on a really summer's day, on a really, really hot day? I didn't really want to be there, to be honest. But, because it was really hot, I said, I gotta do it because I feel called to do it. And the more I began to do it, the more I began to love it. But on that really hot day, I could have actually been in the park with my friends. So I had to actually decline that invitation. And that could be happening to you. People are always asking you to go out and you're like, you kind of feel torn because you want to go out and then you're like, oh my gosh, I got to work on my vision. Down the line, now I can do both because I have so much abundance and free time. I'm the one inviting you out and you're like, oh, Ralph, I can't go right now because I'm working on a vision. I don't blame you. I'm not going to judge you, right? That's an uncomfortable sign you are becoming who you came here to be. You got to do what you got to do. What is the fourth uncomfortable sign? You are becoming the person who you came here to be. 7-day vegan challenge. Is your body going through drastic changes right now because you keep changing and experimenting with different foods? You're like, oh my gosh, why did I start this 7-day vegan challenge? Now I've cut out meat and dairy. And a lot of people have been writing into me saying, oh, it feels fantastic, Ralph. I feel so amazing. But some people write into me saying, gosh, it's really weird and strange. That's an uncomfortable sign you are becoming who you came here to be. I've been eating a plant-based diet for over 13 years, inspiring millions of people. It was very uncomfortable at first. It wasn't all pleasant. It wasn't all rosy. Because I'm like, you expect me just to eat rice and vegetables for the rest of my life? Get out of here. I'm like, do you people just eat fruits and stuff? Where am I going to get my protein? These are uncomfortable feelings we all go through when we are starting a new food lifestyle. Now, I know exactly what my body needs because once again, I was always experimenting from the beginning. I'm like, okay, I'm going to cut out this. I'm going to cut out that. I'm going to cut out this. I'm going to cut out that. And now I finally end up with a bunch of grapes in my mouth every single day. So it's not so uncomfortable right now. What's the fifth uncomfortable sign? You are actually becoming who you came here to be. You're out of pocket. That's right. You are skint because you just spent your last bit of money you had on your vision. That's right. Happened to me along my journey. When I was first starting to make videos, I bought a Canon 5D Mark II. At the time, The cost is like $2,000. I bought it. And I'm like, what am I doing? I haven't even made a video yet. But I invested. And it was very, 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 very uncomfortable. Why so? Because I'm like, do you know what I could have done with $2,000 back then? Why am I buying a silly camera for? Okay? You are feeling uncomfortable. You are feeling uncomfortable because you've just spent a whole load of money. You've just invested in your dream, and you're like, you don't even know if it's going to pay for itself. You don't even know if you're going to get back what you just put in. But I'm here to tell you that right now I am living in supreme abundance, because you're going to have to put that money up. And it's going to feel really uncomfortable. You're going to have to buy equipment. You're going to have to buy sometimes a new microphone, a new camera, maybe pay to learn certain secret knowledge, attend different classes. If you want a better drive, you're going to have to buy a better car. So I started to realize, okay, down the line, all of this stuff paid for itself because I was using it. These are just tools. So never be afraid to invest in yourself, in your dream, in your passion, in what you love, because that really is the secret to becoming your greatest version. Slow motion this side. But it's really uncomfortable. Sorry. What is the sixth uncomfortable sign you are actually becoming who you came here to be? You sometimes feel like the whole weight is on your shoulder. The whole weight of the world is on your shoulders, right? Because you are doing everything by yourself. Like, parents kicked you out of the house, you're paying rent. Okay, you are doing everything. Sometimes you're looking around and not even the cat down the road is there to help you. It can be uncomfortable sometimes. Happened to me along my journey. I wrote my book by myself, and when you are moving into that independence in realizing, oh my gosh, if I want this, I got to do it. Nobody's going to do it for me. It's very uncomfortable. Sometimes you feel alone, you feel isolated. It's very uncomfortable. You're like, where did everybody go? Why do I have to do this, right? But that's a sure sign you are becoming who you came here to be. Because the more you start pushing forward, the more you realize that it was worth it in the end. And really and truly, we are never alone. The universe always sends someone. Oh, the cat down the road is just there. But it does feel uncomfortable when you're like, oh my gosh, I got to do this all by myself. But I'm here to tell you, ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Ask me or the cat down the road. What is the seventh sign, uncomfortable sign, you are becoming the person who you came here to be? A normal life is really, really boring for you. Like, really boring. Like, so boring. Like, oh, my day is kind of boring, because you're not into mediocrity. You're like, I know there is more. I don't want to be a programmed automaton in this matrix. And that was me. And that was very uncomfortable. It was very, very uncomfortable, because I'm like, okay, if a normal life is boring, which it is, what else am I going to do? Okay, once again, you kind of feel torn. So what I started to realize, I'm going to do nothing. Bye. I'm going to find creative ways of how to make life what I want it to be. Then I started to realize it is all a mindset. Change your thoughts and you change your world. We are architects of our reality, and we have the power to help co-create our reality. So once again, if you feel your life is boring, pointless, it's okay. It really is okay, because it just shows that you know there's more for you, and eventually you will get it. What is the 8th uncomfortable sign? You are actually becoming the person you came here to be. The hourglass syndrome. For you, time is ticking, sand is just passing through the hourglass. Oh my gosh. And you always have this sense of urgency, because you're like, oh my gosh, I watched Infinite Waters and he said, do you remember what the Buddha said? The problem is you think you have time. Okay. And I realized it was very uncomfortable when I realized, yes, time is a man-made concept, but this human time really does affect so many of us emotionally. And an uncomfortable sign you are becoming your greatest version is when you know how to really get the most out of your time, when you realize time is your greatest asset. And it's very uncomfortable because sometimes you're late. Sometimes the alarm doesn't go off. Sometimes you are running up against the clock, and it's very uncomfortable. Very, very uncomfortable. But in the end, you start becoming a master of time, and then life begins to fall into place. What is the 9th uncomfortable sign? You are becoming who you came here to be. You have no time whatsoever for pointless interactions, shallow conversations, and shabby friendships. For you right now, it's only about diving deep, because once again, you're all about getting to know people beneath the surface. And I saw that along my journey. I didn't want to just put on a fake smile anymore to people like, and I had to do a lot of that at work. Now I do whatever I want, and if I smile at you, best believe it is a real one. But a very uncomfortable sign is when you are starting to realize you're going to have to cut and let go of a lot of people, even some close friends who you know they're not really helping you grow, they're not helping you go to the next level. And that's okay, because as you let go of them, you make space for myself and the cat down the road, or the cat down the road and I, and other. Actually, your friends are pretty cool. Just ask yourself, are they really helping me right now, or are they distracting me? Okay. And don't be afraid to let people go. Better ones will come. And what is the 10th uncomfortable sign? You are becoming who you came here to be. You sometimes have this massive fear of what is about to happen next. Oh my gosh, right? You feel confused about the future. You have this fear of the unknown. So fear really could be forget everything and run, and that's what you're doing. That's why you feel so uncomfortable. Or face everything and rise. Slow motion this side. Fear is false evidence appearing real. Do you want to know the truth about the future? Nobody knows what's going to happen in the future, so don't worry about it. You don't have to start overthinking. And I realized along my journey, overthinking will ruin your happiness. We get this very uncomfortable feeling when we are worried and fearful about the future. And it's okay to do that. In fact, it is perfectly natural and healthy. And that's a sign you are actually becoming the person you came here to be, because it only means you are getting ready for the big jump. But just remind yourself, don't become a prisoner of fear, and realize the true power is in the now, is in the present moment. And then you'll just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello there? Have a beautiful day, wonderful deep divers. We are here just getting high off that good ass prana, baby. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. You.